Welcome class 7 to the online bio classes. Today we will start a new chapter number 3, Kingdom Classification 2. First is already done, question answers are to be done, exercises is already given, and I will give you the pictures of those answers also which are remaining. So Kingdom Classification 2, in the last chapter we had studied that Whittaker, name of the scientist, had classified the living organisms, means all the living things, into 5 broad kingdoms. What are they? Kingdom Monera, Protista, Fungi, Plant Kingdom and Animal Kingdom. So the last one, that is the Animal Kingdom, consists of those animals or those organisms which are multicellular, means whose body is made up of many cells, and they are heterotrophic, that is they cannot make their own food. So they have to depend on others for their food, and they can move. We know that animals can move from one place to the other. Why they move? Why do animals move? If question is asked, the answer is animals move from one place to the other in search of food, because they want to get their food. That's why they are going from one place to the other. In order to get their shelter, means home, to search the home, or in order to get protection from their enemies, because sometimes the enemies may harm them, so the animals will move away to protect themselves from their enemies. Now, animals may be of different shape and size, like they are microscopic also, which can be seen only with the help of microscope. And there are the big animals like the fishes, which is the biggest animal is the blue whale, which is largest in size. So being from a smallest microscopic to the largest like blue whale, so many varieties of shape and size of animals are present. Now, based on the presence or absence of backbone is the one which helps to divide the animals into 2 groups. What are they? Invertebrates and vertebrates. So first of all, what is invertebrates? Invertebrate is a group of animals, not one animal only. All the animals group which do not have the backbone are called invertebrates, whereas the group of animals that have the backbone present inside their body are called vertebrates. So they are further classified into many smaller groups. Like first one, that is invertebrates, the animals without backbone. As you can see in this classification of Kingdom Animalia, you have to draw this one in your copy also. So what is this chart of? This is of classification of animals, means how do we classify or group animals into different categories. So first one is invertebrates. Animals without backbone are further classified into different groups. The name of the groups are Porifera, first one. The pore-bearing animals, they are mostly aquatic, found in water, and Cnidaria or Coelenterata we say, Platyhelminthes or the flatworms, Nematoda or the roundworms, Annelida, then Mollusca, Arthropoda, Echinodermata. Total 8 are there. Then animals with the backbone, which is also called vertebrates, are further classified into 5 different classes. Fish, the animals, that is the fishes with the backbone. Amphibians, those animals which can live both on land as well as in water. And the reptiles, which are also cold-blooded animals like fishes. Amphibians and reptiles, both of them are cold-blooded. So reptiles like snakes, lizards, they are also animals with a backbone. Then we have these 2 animals, that is birds and mammals. These 2 groups are the warm-blooded animals. These 3 are the cold-blooded animals. So warm and cold-blooded means these 3 group of animals, their body temperature remains changing with the change in the temperature of surrounding. Like according to the outside temperature, they will also adjust their body temperature. Whereas birds and mammals are called warm-blooded animals. Warm-blooded animals means the animals whose body temperature remains constant and it will not change with changes in the temperature of the surroundings. Okay. So as homework you can write this one in your copy, classification of Kingdom Animalia. Okay. Now next we have to start with invertebrates. What is invertebrates? Invertebrates are the animals which can be found on land. It can be found in water bodies like ponds, rivers, lakes, streams, oceans, and they are further subdivided into many phyla. 8 phyla are there, like Porifera, Cnidaria, Platyhelminthes, Nematoda, Annelida, Mollusca. The names are somewhat difficult to pronounce, but if you practice reading it again and again, you can pronounce them. And you have to learn that invertebrates makes 97% of all the animals of the animal kingdom. Means majority of the animals are this one only, invertebrates. 97% means out of 100, 97% animals are invertebrates, and they account for millions of species of animals. So next we have to start with phylum Porifera. Alright? Okay, so next you can see the first phylum of the invertebrates is Porifera. Porifera means P-O-R-I. Pore means the tiny holes. So their body is shaped in such a way, cylindrical shape like this, just like a sponge. There is one opening on the top, and there are many tiny pores present in their body wall. Okay, so cylindrical in shape, and they are attached to the bottom of the ocean floor. So they cannot swim from one place to the other. The bath sponge which we use is also a type of Porifera only. So Porifera are aquatic animals, means they are found in water. Although they do not appear like animals because they do not have mouth, they do not have eyes, nose and all, but they resemble like the plants only. If you see them, you will find that, oh, whether they are plants or animals, they seem like plants. So they are aquatic animals. They are mostly marine. Marine means they are found in the sea water, and they are found attached to the ocean floor. Means at the bottom of the ocean, they are attached to the ocean floor, and they cannot move also because they are fixed to the ground at the bottom of the ocean. So they cannot move from one place to the other. So they will directly take the food through the tiny pores which are present in their body. The food molecules will go inside, and whatever materials they have to throw as waste, there is a single large opening on the top. Through this they will remove their waste from their body. Okay, so they have a simple cylindrical body, simple body, which is cylindrical in shape. The shape is like a cylinder. You may have seen the cylinder. Even the chalk is also cylindrical in shape, like this round. Okay, so this type of shape of the body is there, and body is covered with tiny pores, and these pores help the water and the food to enter inside the body of sponges, that is the poriferas. Then a single large pore is present on the top of the body. This single large pore is meant for the exit of waste along with the water. Then the last point, the third point, they lack the tissue organization. Tissue organization is not present, means they do not have the different types of tissue systems, and the true body cavity is absent. Body cavity means the gap which is present is not found in their body. And example of such animals are the sponges like Scypha and Euspongia. These two are the types of Porifera which comes under sponges. Sponges is also a type of Poriferan animals only. So next we have to study about Cnidaria. That will continue in the next class. Now today what I will do is, remember in the previous class I had told you that some portion of the question answers were left. So I will discuss those question answers. After watching this video, like and comment section, you write your name, okay? And complete the exercises which is given as homework, and even draw that chart. Alright? Okay, next you can see question number 8 of chapter 2, that is Kingdom Classification 1. Define. First one is given: eukaryote, organisms with a well-defined membrane-bound nucleus along with the nucleolus and chromatin is called, it is known as eukaryote. So eukaryote are those organisms which has a well-defined nucleus along with the nuclear membrane. The second one is heterotrophs, organisms that cannot make their own food and depend on other organisms for food to survive are called heterotrophs. Then third one is binary fission, a type of asexual reproduction in which an organism produces two daughter cells. Mycelium, fourth one, a network of hyphae is called a mycelium. Then fifth one is dicot, plants with two cotyledons in their seeds are called dicots. Then question number I on the next page you can see. Question number I, differentiate between the following on the basis of what is given in the brackets. You can see like in the bracket it is mentioned nuclear region. First one, prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells. Okay, so answer is prokaryotic cells do not have a well-defined nucleus and their nuclear material lie freely in the cytoplasm, whereas eukaryotic cells have a well-defined membrane-bound nucleus with a nucleus with nucleolus and chromatin lying in its nucleoplasm. Second one is autotrophs and saprophytic bacteria. Definition you have to write. Autotrophic bacteria make their own food using inorganic compounds or sunlight as source of energy, whereas saprophytic bacteria derive nutrition from dead and decaying organic material. Third one is binary and multiple fission. Number of offsprings. How many offsprings are produced? Binary fission results in the formation of two daughter cells, whereas in multiple fission, many daughter cells are formed. Then next one is mosses and ferns. Body structure. Mosses are small, soft terrestrial plants that does not have true root stems or leaves. Ferns are terrestrial plants that have distinct roots, stems and leaves. Then comes number 5, dicots and monocots. Example only you need to write. So dicots means with two cotyledons, mango and rose, and monocots, example are grass and maize. Now question number J is there. Give two examples of each of the following. Number 1, bacteria, algae, fungi, protist and fungal diseases. So bacteria you can write E. coli and lactobacillus. For algae you can write Spirogyra and Chlamydomonas. Fungi, yeast and mushroom. Protists, amoeba and euglena. And fungal diseases are ringworm and oral thrush. Then the short question answers number K. List total number of questions are 9. List all the levels of biological classification from lowest to highest. So I have drawn like this only. Lowest one is species, then arrow given, genus, family, order, class, phylum. The highest one is kingdom. Number 2, what is classification? The process of putting organisms into groups based on their characteristics. Then third question is, name the 5 kingdoms proposed by Whittaker. Answer is Monera, Protista, Fungi, Plantae and Animalia. These are the 5 kingdoms proposed by Whittaker. Fourth question is, name one free living and one symbiotic bacteria. Free living bacteria, I have given the arrow, Clostridium, Clostridium, and the symbiotic bacteria is Rhizobium. Then question number 5, what are antibiotics? Antibiotics are chemical substances which are obtained from microbes which stop the growth of other disease-causing microorganisms. Number 6, how does paramecium locomote? Paramecium locomote means to move from one place to another with the help of cilia. Cilia are the hair-like structures present all around their body. Number 7, give 2 features of ferns. The 2 features of ferns are, they are terrestrial plants that have distinct root, stems and leaves. And these plants have simple conducting tissues for transporting water and food. Then number 8, describe the different groups of Number 8 question is, how does amoeba ingest its food? So when an amoeba senses food, means when it will see that food is there, it will develop pseudopodia in the direction of the food particles, and the pseudopodia will engulf the food particle and fuse over it to form food vacuoles in the cytoplasm. And the last question number 9, 2 features of plant kingdom. Kingdom Plantae consist of multicellular organisms that are autotrophic in their mode of nutrition. So next we have to do the long answer question. I will just show you in the book, like what is binomial nomenclature, what are the rules of binomial nomenclature. First question is there. Okay, so answer you will write. Yes, your answer starts from here. Binomial nomenclature is the system. Linnaeus introduced the binomial system of naming organisms It is called binomial nomenclature. You can make your own answer. Binomial nomenclature is the system of giving names to organisms which consists of two parts, and these are the rules according to this system. Point number 1, point number 2, point number 3, point number 4, up to separately you can write. Okay. Now next one is, second question is number 2. State the advantages of classifying the living organisms. And the answer is advantages of classification. It helps in identifying organisms and categorizing them into groups. It makes the study of living organisms easier. It helps to recognize the relationship. It helps to trace common features. It provides information about plants and animals. So at least 4 or 5 points you can write. Okay. Next question. Okay, now the next question is, bacteria and amoeba are single-celled organisms, yet they are placed in different kingdoms. Justify. Because bacteria is a prokaryote and amoeba is a eukaryote. You can explain them a little bit more. Okay. Fourth question, describe the criteria on which Whittaker's 5 kingdoms have been classified. Okay, you can see what is the criteria. The system of classifying Whittaker's 5 kingdom system is classified on the basis of, you can see what are the basis. Number 1, organisms are widely accepted and based on following criteria. So you have to write this one: complexity of cell structure, prokaryotic and eukaryotic organization of cell. This is the first criteria. Second criteria is complexity of body organization, unicellularity and multicellularity. No need to define. Then third criteria is the mode of nutrition, autotrophic, heterotrophic. So these are the 3 criteria you have to write. Okay. Next question is number 5. You can see question number 5. Explain the different modes of nutrition in protists. And your answer starts here. Nutrition in protist. Nutrition in protist can be either autotrophic or heterotrophic. Right? Autotrophic protist. Euglena is a unique protist. It is autotrophic and heterotrophic. It uses chloroplast to produce food through photosynthesis. In the absence, it becomes heterotrophic. Then what is heterotrophic protist? Paramecium and amoeba are heterotrophic. They feed on microorganisms or microscopic organisms like bacteria and algae. Then third one is parasitic protist is also there. Like they derive their nutrition from other organisms. Example, ant amoeba, which causes a disease called amoebiasis. Okay. Then next question is number 6. Mention 3 ways each by which bacteria and fungi cause harm to the environment. 3 ways you have to write. 3 points. Bacteria also and fungi also, both of them. So one by one you write. First, okay, you can see this paragraph, harmful bacteria. Bacteria can be harmful in a variety of ways. 3 points: spoilage of food, food poisoning, disease causing bacteria. You can explain them one sentence each. Then next one about the fungi we have to write. Yeah, it is here, harmful fungi. Fungi are also harmful. Food spoilage of non-food substances, and disease and decay. So any three points both you have to write. Okay. Next question is, you can see number 7. Draw neat and label diagram of bacteria and amoeba. Okay. So I will show you where is that diagram so that you... Okay, see, this is the diagram of the bacterial cell which you need to draw, given on page 37. Label all the parts: nucleoid, cytoplasm, ribosome, flagella, plasma membrane, cell wall, capsule. Okay. The next one is fungi, also we have to do. Amoeba, this one is also asked, no? Diagram of amoeba, you can see. You have to draw and write endoplasm, nucleus, food vacuole, plasma membrane, and pseudopodia. So these 2 diagrams are required. Now the last question you can see, describe the different groups of non-flowering plants. This is the question number 8, last question of long answers. And your answer starts here. Different types of plants. Non-flowering plants, they are the one which reproduce by means of spores, and based on the complexity of plant body, algae, mosses and liverworts and ferns are there. Different types. Okay. So plants of this group are of 3 types based on complexity of the plant body. What are they? Algae, mosses and liverworts and ferns. So algae there, liverworts and mosses. This is number 2, and the third one is the ferns. Okay. Next, you can see picture study. You try to answer this question yourself, taking help from your book, like identify the organism. Which organism is this? It is bread mold. State 2 characteristic features. Label the parts 1, 2, 3, like number 1 is sporangium, number 2 is the spores, number 3 is the sporangiophore, number 4 is the hypha, number 5 is the rhizoids. How does this organism obtain its nutrition? It obtains nutrition from the bread on which it is growing. Okay, what will happen to the part label 1 after being liberated? Part number 1, after being liberated, it will go into the atmosphere, and when it will reach favorable conditions, it will germinate into a new bread mold. Like this second study picture is given. What is the woody structure shown? It is the pine cone. And name the plant and state whether it belongs to. It bears the following: flower, seed, fruit. It is not bearing flower, fruit, seed. Okay, the plant is pine, I said. Name another plant with similar features belonging to the same category. So you try this also. And third question is also there, in which the diagram of amoeba is there. You have to label the parts and write the answers. Okay, so today this much only. Thank you.